Okay, well, thanks guys for letting me do this presentation for you all. This is, what I'm going to talk about is the role of the counselor, and you all are counselors here, so you pretty much know what your role is, but maybe you don't remember like the big picture why we do what we do. So this might just be a reminder, a refresher for you, or you might learn something, I don't know. So our objectives today, we're going to talk about the role of the guidance counselor in 3 areas: social, emotional, academic, and career development, all the way from 9th grade to 12th grade. And before I begin, where this comes from, the Missouri has put out what they call GLEs, which are grade level expectations for counselors. And then and I think now maybe with the changing of Common Core and everything, we call those standards now instead of GLEs, but same idea. So there's certain things that each grade is supposed to cover, and so in elementary school they do that a lot through curriculum and going into the classroom. That changes a bit as the kids get older and we can't take them out of classes as much, so we do some things a little bit differently in order to meet those objectives. So for 9th grade, social emotional, we do suicide prevention 2 times a year, and this happens in health classes, and then the kids under 21 groups come to talk to the kids. And then we talk about healthy relationships in homerooms, and then we talk about bullying and cyberbullying a lot. And then now with the coming of our new educational support counselor, we've been able to add some groups that maybe we haven't done before, and so a couple of those that we're starting are anxiety and anger. And so the kids who have some issues with that, we can help meet those needs in the group setting. Then for 9th grade academic, we do the SAGE group, and so those are the kids that have lower GPAs, and we're trying to build their confidence and over time help to raise their GPA. We do update their 4-year plan at registration, so that's the time we talk about future goals, what do we need to do to get there, and we start them on a 4-year plan. Now that could change over time and probably will change over time, but at least we get those conversations going. And then freshman transition day. Transitions are a huge part of what counselors do, and they're especially hard for entering middle school and then entering high school. So we have a day dedicated to the freshmen where they don't feel so intimidated by everyone else being there. It's just them. They get a lot of help finding their classes, opening their lockers, those kinds of things. And then 9th grade career, we go ahead and we just started a new program. We were using Missouri Connections, and now we're using Career Cruising. And through this new program, we can help kids update their portfolio. They do a program called Matchmaker, where they put in things that they like and dislike, and that gives them like a top 10 list of matches for them. And then we work on their personal plan of study through that. Okay, then when the kids get to 10th grade, we're sort of repeating the bullying and cyberbullying talks that we do. And again, if they need help, they're invited to come to the anxiety or anger groups. Those fill up pretty quickly, and I believe there are wait lists, so we can't take them all at once, but they get the help that they need that way. Then 10th grade academic, we still have the SAGE groups. We also administer the retired ACT. So this doesn't count for anything other than it's a good practice for them so that when it matters, they're familiar with the test, and it helps calm their anxiety, usually helps raise their scores. And then when parents come, I believe that's parent-teacher conference time, they can come and get the results of their kid's retired ACT. And then just a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week, we did the Lewis and Clark presentation. So we had the admissions counselor from the tech school there come and talk to the kids. Those who were interested in pursuing that could go off with her, and then the rest of us stayed and talked about different career clusters, some of the incomes they could make, some of the hot jobs within each one. So again, it's good to get those conversations going, get kids thinking about, do I like working with people or do I like working with machines, and those kinds of things they can start thinking about. This is just a picture of our fun SAGE Icebreaker Day. Wendy's maybe not loving that one of her,
not my best side.
I just think it's a good picture of like everyone being involved and engaged together. It was a fun day. 10th grade career. This is where we start the project plan ahead, where the counselors take turns giving talks on different aspects in the evenings. And then we continue working on career cruising, updating their portfolio. And then in November, we do what we call Big Monday. And so that's where we're going to get everybody on this new career cruising system. Make sure they have a password, they can start doing that matchmaker test and all of that. That's me doing the career presentation. Okay, then 11th grade, we continue with bullying and cyberbullying for the social emotional aspect, and then they can do those groups as well. 11th grade academic, this is when we start really pushing the ACT. If they haven't already taken it, it's pretty important that they start taking it by their junior year. So Dr. Arnold comes in and does an ACT presentation, and he also offers his skills as a tutor. You can hire him as a private tutor. We do the PSAT push-in. That's where we go into the world history and government classes and talk to them about the importance of it. At this point, their junior year, the PSAT can qualify them for some merit scholarship, so it's an important test. And then there are the SAGE groups. Those are geared towards those who are struggling to help them build their confidence and their GPA over time. 11th grade career, we just started this new first generation group. So these are for kids whose parents have not gone to college, and so they're new at navigating the process of finding scholarships, finding financial aid, choosing a school, all of those things, college visits. So we talk about a lot of those things and help prepare them so they're not nervous and they don't feel so inhibited about the process. And then we continue with those project plan ahead meetings. Those are geared for the parents to come and learn what they need to know. Career cruising, and then we have a college fair during the graduation block. So a lot of colleges come in, they have their applications with them, they have a lot of knowledge that they can bring to the table, literally to their table. 12th grade, social emotional, is a repeat of the other grades. We talk a lot about bullying, that's an issue in schools, anxiety, anger. And then academic, we have them fill out their senior brag sheet. So this is just a way for us to know what their future plans are. It also, Mr. Wolf tells me this is also helpful when the counselors need to write a letter of recommendation. We can kind of see this is what they've been involved in, this is what, where they've excelled in leadership, those kinds of things. 12th grade career, there's still the project plan ahead. And so, those are some of the things we do. I think maybe this would be a good starting point for, how are we doing, what could we do better, what did we do well already. I feel like we meet a lot of those grade level expectations, and we do it in a lot of different creative ways, so I think that's good. Thanks everyone. Enjoy your day.